sweet sensation every time that you are near. A positive fixation, making all my doubts disappear. Hello, are you feeling it too? This current running deep. Everything feels fresh and new. Secrets that my heart will keep. It's the vibration, sweet sensation every time that you are near. A positive fixation, making all my doubts disappear. Just you and the space we're in. The rhythm of my heart beats with the groove. A brand new place to begin. It's all in the vibration of you. Hello. Positive vibration. Just you.
What up, chat? How we doing? What you talking about? Blink Rule 76. Talk, Blink, Vish, Steve, how y'all doing? What up, KG? I'm gonna let a few people trickle in before we dive too into charts. What up, Scratch and Smith? Vish, I can't help it. I can't help it. The chart looked good today. It looked phenomenal. I still have runners on this one, so we'll see. These two are just. This one was on a funded and an eval. This one's just on an eval. What up, Beck? Blink, what do you mean it disconnected 6 times? Appreciate you, Vish. Probably just gonna close up. I might leave it for now. Little Melty, that's not bad. I mean, you were doing well, brother. I'm sure you're still doing well overall. So as long as that one loss is maintained, you are chilling. What up, David? What up, Slightly Toasted? How you doing? I was gonna trade, then TD stopped. Made me log back in repeatedly while I was trying to manage the trade. Dude, that sounds brutal. I hate trading when even like service is slightly bad. Got to sell too? Hell yeah, Thomas. What up, Alan? Exactly, Bish. Now this one I wanted to short up here. This was my main short thesis going into the session. But we started to see that rally. I started to see it reject a little quicker. And I knew with a literally sub 5-point stop, I'd be dumb not to take it. So I just took the risk on it. This one was more so based on like the hourly structure overall and us starting to hold. But these two are ranges, the lower end that we were watching last night. And then this was a high we set last night. Out the way. I am not on stream. This one here is on an eval. I'm just in runners. TBT is intraday during funded. Dude, I can't stand intraday during funded. Intraday is one of the worst things to try to trade. What up, Gael? You're long oil. I was skeptical on oil a little bit on like the mid time frame charts. Also, can we wait, actually I'll wait like 6 to 7-ish minutes and then I'll dive into charts deeper. Let a few more people get on. So around like 7:10, I'll start diving into charts like in depth. I need $10 to pass this damn TPT. Joe, that is the worst feeling. Not even mad. I did 3,000 in 3 days, so that risk ain't bad. Just accepting the loss and walking away. Low Melty, that's the best perspective to come into it with. Absolute best. Grow up, chat. Grow up. All right, best advice for having too many open eval funded. Does this lead to confusion over trading? But part of me thinks I always need an account ready if I locked out the others. And it seems like in that perspective, you're coming from a mindset of that you always need to be trading. And that could literally burn you out wholeheartedly. Because you're consistently trying to make sure all accounts need to hit some type of profit or some type of trade on the day. When in reality, you don't. Like if you catch one good trade, especially in this volatility, you catch one decent trade, you walk away easily. You just fully walk away and you can call it a day. Sometimes you can call it a week off one trade. But no, it sounds like you're just trying to consistently be looking for or in trades, which isn't the greatest perspective to be in. I was looking at 1K and then got stopped because I couldn't manage down 200, so basically down 1200. Fuck. Oh, you were up 1K with intraday? Oh, dude, that's unfortunate. And if you think about it, what you're kind of doing at the moment, and this is just a deeper thought on it, by having all of those accounts, you're essentially giving yourself a safety net to overtrade. Like if you really think about what you're doing on like the back end of it, you're setting up a safety net for you to be able to overtrade in case you take a loss or even if you win, because you have all of those accounts, fundeds and evals. Even me, as I was growing funded accounts, I'm like, holy shit, I got to stop buying evals, trying to get max accounts, because I was trying to trade on a bunch of accounts at the same time. It just wasn't smart. I just didn't like it. So I quit being as aggressive, personally. What up, CXT? Caught 500 on the NQ rip, staying for vibes and giveaway. Hell yeah, DLP. We will do a giveaway today. We won't need 500 likes, but 150 should be very doable. What up, Balaji? Did you trade NY today? I did a little bit. I'd have to remember exactly where I took my trade. I believe I've mainly just been like little short hit and run trades, like these kind of trades, wholeheartedly. I took a long somewhere on the day and ended up getting like 12 points and then just called it because I didn't want to overstay my welcome. But no, I've been taking a lot of hit and runs. Yeah, Gael, these are two trades I took personally. Yeah, Jonah, it's been, I mean, I'll start diving into charts. Let me catch up on chat and then I'll really get into it. I took a walk when my fund had locked up, waited an hour, took a nasty, ended it. Yeah, short. Beautiful, brother. I saw Lamelli caught that short. Kind of out for long term. Just know they follow coin, but can a ticker like that get delisted? Thank you. Rodrigo, I don't know the second part of that question, but I mean, if you're long, if you like crypto, you like coin for perspectives, then yeah, it'd be a good long-term buy. For me, I'm waiting till the market digests a little bit, and then I'll be looking to get some stuff. I don't think we're going to continue this sell-off immediately. We can, even though we are set up perfectly on the daily to straight break the floor tomorrow. I don't know if I'm fully convinced we do it yet, if we're going to do it. 500 likes for Pink Run. We get 500 this stream, I might think about it. Because you guys barely get to 200. 500 would be impressive. What up, Candace? Evening, CJ. Thank you for being here, my guy. All right, let's look at charts a little bit. He has to be a little messed up because of, this. First off, one thing I want to talk about. Thesis last night. If you guys remember, the number one thesis was I didn't want to be overly bearish right out the gate because we had a lot of opportunity to potentially pull back higher, in which we could then set the lower high for the short in the New York session. If you guys followed that thesis throughout the overnight, you did well, right? You did pretty damn well. Let me move this. So throughout last night, obviously ES broke. It ended up pulling back and retesting this around Allen's session, actually, to set up for a really nice potential long continuation all the way into the New York session, in which we ended up getting that lower high. If you guys remember, we talked about this hourly consolidation exactly. You can even go back on the stream and find it. But we talked about this hourly consolidation on ES. I think we talked about this one on NQ. So NQ got a little more frisky there. But we talked about this when we came up into it, rejected that. That was the highs. And then we ended up pivoting back lower today. Remember, on the daily chart, we wanted to see a hold of this support that pushes back higher. Because even if we wanted to move lower, we wanted at least 1 day of price action to give us a consolidation bar in which we can potentially look for the break back down. That could happen. The daily charts, if they do want to break, are set up phenomenally for a potential leg lower. But there is a big if that wants to happen in the market. And there's going to be lower time frame aspects that I'm paying attention to heavily this time, or this trading period. I think today I'm primarily focused on ES, just for the most part. It's what I've been trading all day today when I've taken trades. Oil, this is unfortunate because it made the move we were looking for after rallying fucking three points. So that was just, you would have had to have been up at the US Open at 4 a.m. to potentially take that kind of trade. Oil at the moment, earlier I said I'm not overly interested in it. I can see shorts again today. The problem is every time I short oil, it consolidates for 3 hours. And then it wicks up, stops me out, and then pushes back lower. So I'm going to be a little patient on oil. I'm going to be a little patient. But if oil does get back below the open, we have 4 hourly wicks in a row to the upside. Not going to be the greatest structurally. Sitting below that 91.6 area we talked about as well. So that's also not going to help the benefit there. Look at the 4-hour chart, little consolidation after a larger move lower. If we look at the daily chart, it's exactly what we wanted yesterday. We just didn't get it when we wanted it. So the thesis played out. I was just aggressively early, right? And we got that spike. We got that gap above. We ended up pushing all the way back lower, all the way down into 90.3, which ended up basically filling that gap, which was going to be my final target right around, I think it was like 90.5-ish. Somewhere around there was our target. So a lot of potential throughout the overnight, especially New York session. New York session was a lot of wider ranges, but a lot of lower time frame opportunity. And I think there's a lot of opportunity tonight. There is. So we'll see. Gold sitting around that 43.50 pivot. But my main thesis on the indices here is watch the open. If we continue to hold above the open, I like longs. Delusionally, I like longs because we are in a daily range at the moment with that daily inside bar. I'm not saying, oh my God, we're going back to all-time highs, but we have room at least up into, let's say, 430s. If we want to run again like we did yesterday and just form a daily range on this daily support, you have room all the way up to here. Why did I take the long that I'm currently in on this eval? Was off of the possibility of the hourly failure to go lower. While looking at the 15-minute, held this support that we watched heavily last night. You all should remember if you were on 73.90s. Key support, held it throughout the overnight session, rallied back up into our resistance. If we get above this like 20 to like 25 area, I'm really interested in longs. I would love to either see a retest of the open on, let's say, the 5 or 2, or we get up to here, consolidate between the open and like 420-ish, and then look for that potential long. If we get back below the open, zero interest in longs. Zero. Robert, I got in one. This is on an eval. I'll pop. Do you guys want the P&L? I just have one ES running right now. So if you guys want the P&L on screen, I'll throw it up there. Thinking long currently news would have to come out for it to drop, which is possible. That guy in the office could be 1,000 things. Could be Blink. Yeah, I mean, biggest thing to remember is just focus on the charts and the structure. While we're volatile, there's a shitload of opportunity, but like I've been saying, there's a shitload of opportunity to blow up as well. 297% today on puts. Beautiful. Ron is multi-time frame analysis plus a little discretion. Agreed. What up, XP? I'm winning the giveaway today. I had a few words with StreamBot. Hell yeah. Where's that little giveaway thing? I need it on stream. Actually, I'm going to throw this on. I'm going to throw this on RTY because we're not trading RTY. Yeah, I'll throw just the trade I'm in right now. Y'all can see the P&L. I'll leave it up there. It's just an eval though, but I am interested in longs. Gael, I'm not the biggest fan of oil longs here. Just because the hourly structure, the hourly, the 4 hour, the daily. I mean, if we build a daily range, it wholeheartedly could hold. I'm just torn on it. I truly am. I think ES is a lot cleaner read at the moment, in which we can continue to trade the ranges. I'm going to move that stuff up. Anybody hear the news on Apple? Let's see. Was there actually news? One thing I always do is check this. Apple revenue, Apple showcased AI upgrades for Siri, possible standalone. Infrastructure associated Apple revenues. Did Apple do an event today? Because I was going to say, if Apple did an event, usually Apple events are sell days. So if they unveiled the Siri AI today, it was likely just sell the news off of that. Because almost always Apple events are sell the event. I can't remember the last time it wasn't. Because it's usually buy the hype up into the event and then sell it after. Where are the zones tonight? This like 720 to 725. And then the 390 to like 395-ish. You can look at the 15 and just see exactly where I got those from, wholeheartedly. You can see all of it. Everything makes sense just looking at this chart. Let's see what the chat's feeling today. I feel like this is going to be a close poll. Just because the overall thesis plus what the lower time frames are doing. I feel like it's going to be more like a neutral aspect coming out of it. Mustafa, I am. This one is just an eval. And I have it trailed pretty tight. I have it trailed at like 410 right here. But it's the eval I was trading yesterday. Tomorrow I take my first prop firm payout. Hell yeah, Patek. Chat, if you want to, show some love. I mean, first prop firm payout is huge. Like that is just, congratulations, brother. It's a big milestone. I just joined the live and noticed you have the same 2 trades. I have, holy shit. Hang on, chat. It's moving. Y'all caught up. Marked down an ES. I took them on MNQ, made a little on the way down, made a little on the way up. Almost same entries. Crazy. Hell yeah, Jeffrey. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, chat, this is the kind of trades I'm looking for today. I'm not looking for anything crazy. If runners want to run, cool. But for the most part, I'm just looking at these. I'm also going to close this up, flip to the other account, and then we'll start looking for trades. I don't care if that account runs. So that eval's up 1,800 on those two. This is the account that I want to trade today. It is up 3 off this first trade. So we'll kind of ride off of that. Question, what contract size do you recommend on building a funded account after an eval? Rand, what a lot of people should do is size lower on a funded account, and especially depending on the account size. Truly trade it like you bought $2,000 worth of drawdown, not a $5,000 or $50,000 account, if that's the account you have. That's the way I would do it. And that's the way I'd like to do it. I mean, you guys see me, I usually risk, once I'm in profit, I'll start to risk upwards of like $400 to $500 on an account. But most of the time, I want to risk like $250-ish. If we're below the open, I start to lean a little more bearish. Why? Because just knowing what the price action has done so far, we're still in hourly inside bar because we didn't break this high. But we basically just came up to it. Hourly inside bar here. If we push back below the open, this 15 should be not a failure to go higher. Damn, it might be an inside bar. So we might get a 5-minute. If we get a 5-minute consolidation bar, that could be the retest of the open we were kind of looking for. Because 15 would be consolidating right here. Hourly should still be an inside bar. So there's no real thesis of a failure to be aggressively down yet. Oh, let me switch to MES. What's oil doing? Oil's flat. Gold's flat. Chat, this is going to be a little quick to the trigger, but I'm going to take an MES long here. You guys should be able to see that position. $13. I'm going to throw a stop. Let's go 825 there for me. And then in theory, I'd love upwards of like 25. So I'm going to do 24.5 as the first target. If this fails, it fails for me. It's not going to be end of the world. So I put that stop 408.50. It's mainly playing off the aspect of we didn't get that stronger push higher on the 15 or the hourly. If we had gotten an hourly fail to go higher, I'd be interested in shorts below the open. But because we didn't, I'm interested in us and like holding the structure more so and looking for a break back up here within a 5-minute consolidation. I might have gotten a little bit early, but I'm willing to take this trade. You do the exact same thing, Gael? Hell yeah. I told you I'm in. This to me is like my scalp trading, where I'm just looking for little hit and run style trades in which we get those quicker moves, even though quick to me is like 20, 30 minutes. I'm up 2K on the Tradify account. Jake gave away yesterday, looking to pass today. Beautiful. Rand, I've blown way more than 2 Express accounts, brother. You're gonna blow fundeds. It is a part of the job. Well, not a part of the, yeah, it is technically a part of the job. It's something that's gonna happen, right? You just got to realize what you did, what you can do differently next time, and you'll be chilling. Jake said you had to give 10 accounts today. Gael, I don't think that's true. I'll tell you what, if you give me 9 codes, you personally, I'll give away 10. Then we got a deal. Yeah, XP, I love that. If there's an auto break even feature, I wonder if Tradeovate has that. Because if NinjaTrader does, Tradeovate should. Let's go. So we're looking at 24. Let's set an OCO. So 8.5, 24.5, and then I need to adjust that. Do that. So I have an OCO for 3 around 24.5. Let's change it to 4. I'll do 4. Yeah. AXP, the main prop firms do that because it costs them nothing. If you think about the amount of accounts Jake gave away, if he gave away straight to fundeds or instant fundeds, brother, you're talking 6 figures a month off accounts alone. We need you guys to buy a lot more evals if we're giving those away. I've been one micro MES long and I missed it by a tick. I'm still waiting for it. Just need 418.25. You should be good here, Joe. If this 5-minute holds, I think you should be good. You should be chilling. Yeah, you can see on this account, I have ES that I made money on. I thought I was on MES, and I took 4 contracts because I size into my trades a lot. And I was like, holy shit, I'm in way too much. So I sold 3 of them and then just let one run like 6 points and got out. No way. I'm talking the shittiest size possible. Those are like $300, but it's still instant. Yeah, those are 3. We give away 3 of, or 1 of those, or 3 normal accounts. We're gonna give away 3 normal. But now, it'd be, I don't see us ever giving away instant fundeds because neither of us truly like them. So it'd be hard to be like, yeah, no, we don't love these accounts, but we're going to give them away to you guys anyway. Now, if a prop firm gives them to us, yeah, we'll give them away. We like the challenge of an eval. Yeah, we can't give you guys that luxury just going straight to funded. What next? We're going to just start giving out live accounts? Nah. You guys got to prove it. I think we start a channel to do just instant funded and take 5% cut of the profits. The rate cartel. HP, if you can find out the legality of that, I'm in. If you can find a loophole to where that's legal, I'm in. Vish, what Tradeify sponsored stream? 50K live account. Just a straight here's a $50,000 wire for you to self-fund your own account. That would be insane. Congratulations to a good year. We're giving away everything we own now. I wish there was a stat on YouTube. I wonder if there is for like top fans throughout the entire year. Because then we could look back on it and be like, yo, U5, U10 were the top. We're giving you accounts. That'd be sick. It's that way going forward, everyone tries to just be there. Oil holding a little bit. Gold getting a little bit of a push lower. Interesting. Interesting. I want to see us get up to like 416 because then I'm okay sliding the stop up a little bit. Which I'm fine with the stop now. I just feel like if this starts to move, we'll be able to trail stop rather quickly. If I'm not top 10, I would be sad. Cole, you're probably one of them, brother. You are probably one of them. I guarantee you there's people in here that watch streams more than I do, which is nuts. What up, Ren? I think you already said that. Or I think I already said that. Oh, yeah, Vish. That wasn't sponsor stream. That was just Brett jumping in chat and texting Jake. That was just Brett being Brett. I watch you instead of studying. You know, sometimes there's great options, and that's one of them. I don't love us back below the open. 15 still consolidating here. We're probably just range bound. The only thing is, if the longer we stay here, the higher the chance we get a little bit of a spike. Because this is a tight stop compared to the recent volatility. But I've been running these stops all session so far. So we should be all right. We'll see. No, Ren. No, I'm not short, long, and long. These are two old trades. I'm only in this one right here. You can see the P&L below my name for this trade. Which with this, I'd be risking 230-ish. How often are you watching? CJ, the first month, I watched every single stream, every hour they were on. Now I watch half of Alan's. I'll tune into Mitch's and Christian's when I can, but it's not every day. Because now I actually go do stuff during the day instead of just being by my computer. Main reason I was there every single minute was just to make sure everything was running smoothly. Because I had set up the bot and all the stuff on the back end. Plus, everyone needed my help sometimes to do giveaways, so I was always there. Ron, I might trade Goldenite. Nobody touch it. That should bipolar as soon as I enter. XP, what are you trading on it? Alan's the only one you can't watch. Alan's a great stream. I love watching Alan's. Mainly just and it was those of you on Alan's stream. And I truly mean, how crazy has Alan's glow up been? Because in the very beginning, he was he would struggle to keep up with chat with 130 people. And it was I would always laugh. And I would ask those certain questions to get him rolling. And now chat figured out that process. And now he's talking in front of 400, 500 people every night. Lil Melty, what do you mean what just happened, brother? Are you talking about the little wick right there? We're in a range. 35, you got to remember, 35 points on NQ right now is nothing. A 2-minute, 1-minute candle moving 50 points on NQ is absolutely nothing. I think I might have found out what that spike was. Russia and Belarus warn they stand ready to use all available means, including nuclear weapons, to ensure their security. Fucking excuse me, sir? Excuse me? MNQ 80-point wick. That's why I don't trade fucking MNQ, dude. That is why I do not trade MNQ. Fuck that entire name. Yeah, no, that is exactly why I don't like MNQ. MNQ is not worth it to me for that exact reason. Are you in any trade? Yeah, I'm in an ES long here, seeing if we can get the break above the open. Yeah, so that 80-point MNQ wick was Russia threatening to use nukes, which gets me a little cautious of being in a long, for sure. The only thing is I would love to, if I want a short, I would at least want to see a spike of high of day. But it could be more so like a double top, I guess. But I would rather see the hourly spike higher. Adrian, a lot of people probably got liquidated there, brother. 80 points when NQ moved 35 is diabolical. Diabolical. But now y'all see exactly why I will not touch that name for the most part. Nukes are bullish. I would love to hear the thought process on that one. I would love to hear the thought process on that one. Sat. Alan gets a lot of bots at night recently. I told him yesterday, I think. He has full power and privilege to ban and hide anybody he needs to. So if he has bots, he knows he can fully take care of them now. So hopefully he can get on that if his chat's actually doing that. You took all the trades you marked on ES chart? Yeah, Jeff, I did. What if we're nuking the Bears? I don't know if that's how that's going to go. I love MNQ wicks because I always wait for my entry and no Sim's going to chase knowing that shit happens. That's very XP. I mean, if you just wait for MNQ to get those wicks and enter after it, you know you're safe because it doesn't happen twice. Yeah, Lil Melty, now looking at MNQ, I get why you said what just happened. I was looking at the NQ chart, realizing it like barely even moved in the slightest. I don't love price action here. Because this 5, once testing above, should have held, and we didn't. So I don't love how it's setting up. But yeah, whoever's been watching gold is a really weak chart right now. What's that daily look like? Daily could be more so an unconventional 3-bar play to the downside, right? Where it gets that little consolidation with the lower wick, and then we just keep trending. Because when you look at it, the daily does have a lower wick, but the 4 hours a lower high. So all that wick was us rallying to set that lower high. So gold could easily continue lower. I don't know if I fully trust this, but I'm probably just going to leave it. It's like 200 worth of risk. 230-ish, I think. As long as we don't get some crazy candle, I won't lose any more than that. If you trade MNQ without hard stops, cooked. Joe, it's actually going to be like no matter what, you're going to get cooked during those wicks, especially depending on your size. I'll go here to look at it, but if you trade MNQ and you get these wicks, which I don't even know if that's the full wick, but if you get these within a 1-minute candle, your stop is going to be skipped. A lot of times, let's say you have a stop right here, you're going to get filled down here somewhere, maybe even down here. And that's where a lot of people end up blowing up on MNQ because of these wicks. Which is part of the reason, like if I trade it, I trade it occasionally, but I would much rather trade ES and MES than NQ for that reason solely. Yeah, it would prevent liquidation, but there's a lot of times you'll lose more than you anticipate. Good, Armani, how you doing? Unless it retests Friday's lows on gold XP. That's what you're looking at. So you want just below this session's lows. Because Friday's lows look like they're a few ticks below that. If this holds, though, this is a phenomenal 5-minute higher low. Like I said, my entry is probably a little early, but I was willing to take it. Always keep a buy order. Like, can you do that? Can you set a buy order to like trail price by 50 points on MAQ just cause? Because it could work well. Joe, you're full port in silver if you get stopped. Love it. What up, Acer? Yeah, XP, that's why I like him. The liquidity on him. That's why I've traded him since the beginning. Can you see this chart continuing long? Brother, I would not be long if I didn't see that potential. How we react to this high of day test that we just broke will be important. Because if we go up towards like 20 and slam back lower, now that hourly will start to set that potential failure to go higher aspect. And that's not what we want to see. I want to see us get up above 20 and far away from like 417-ish, which is the opening range high. Because my first target is this 24. If we continue, I'd be looking towards the high-ish area of this range, probably around like 40 to 42. If runners can get up there. Probably trim along the way, just leave a couple contracts. Not looking to go crazy. What up, crypto? I'm honestly shocked because this is, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but this is the most one-sided poll we've had. We are 84% bullish right now. And I'm pretty sure when I ran polls and the daily chart was doing this and the new all-time highs, it was only like 60 to 70%. Now we're down here after these two candles and we're 84% bullish. Something seems off. Yeah, crypto, I agree. I'm not looking for like home run trade aspects. These are like little hit and run. Like to me, these are my scalps. Looking for little trades like this that are going to work out over like 10 to 30-ish minutes. Those MNQ people are pissed now. Oh, Sat, there's a lot of people who are, I guarantee you there's probably people in the chat who are on the verge of tilting because of that. Just the way psychology works. Joe, did you miss my one tick? Don't call me out. Gael, did you take NQ? No tilt, but I'm pissed. Yeah, there's probably a lot of people that are pissed. What up, Tiffany? I mean, I would be pissed. If I was in NQ and MNQ did that shit to me, I'd be pissed too. I never thought I'd give someone a reason and say, you know, trading NQ is way more feasible than trading micros. Crypto, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. I'm not kidding. Gonna lose my marbles soon. Joe, are you just in one micro? Looking for that little bit? There you go, Joe. There you go. We will break yesterday's high. I hope we do. I'm full port NQ. Good luck, Com. Good luck, brother. Why does MNQ have spikes like this? I don't know the exact reason. I would assume it's volume and liquidity overall. That's why MES, or like MES isn't going to get that. Because if you think about it, you're trading an instrument that's based off of the NQ. So there's going to be less liquidity in general. I would likely say a mass majority of people who are currently trading NQ are on prop firms. So that doesn't count as liquidity at all. Now I guarantee you hedge funds will do it to like hedge their position, stuff like that if they're in NQ contracts. But a lot of times they'll hedge like options with futures in that perspective. Joe, how are you short? Did you not account for commissions, brother? Did you not do the math for commissions? By the way, I'm going to run stop up to 710. It's not break even, anything special like that. I'm just trailing. Like I said, if we break new highs, I'm willing to move the stop up a little bit. Reason I'm going 710 is just below the recent low. Should be like what, 1.5, 1 point. It might be that infamous 1.8 R-ish around here. Wait, what's my total R on this? I didn't even look. About 1.3 R so far. See if we can get continuation. What up, Victoria? How you doing? Gael, it's just a threat. To be like, if it happened, then yes, I would expect, holy shit, the world's in a lot of trouble. See you long, yes. Yeah, Victoria, we're learning a lesson in saying fuck oil for a day. Like, it's just, especially when I started seeing oil gap like this on the 5-minute, I lost all interest. You can see how low the volume is on this name, wholeheartedly. When the volume's lower in general, like I guarantee you, yeah, like even RTY and YM are gapping right now. 2-minute probably doesn't look phenomenal. It doesn't look, yeah, it has some gaps. So when that's happening, I'm going to focus on the most liquid asset in the market and just trade ES. Joe, if you enter and exit real quick in the right direction, you might get it. Mike, I'm loving it, brother. Good evening, Tati. How you doing? Victoria, I caught a small long during New York. Nothing crazy. I think it was like 12 or 13 points. And then I caught these two trades. This one, obviously before stream. This one, like as stream was opening, and then we're in this one. What we need to pay attention to, though, is, remember we talked about it, this high around 17. If we reject back lower, the hourly is now starting to set a failure to go higher. So anything below the open, I lose interest very quickly. 15 would be a little bit of a failed breakout if we don't get any buying pressure in the next minute. So I'm tempted. I don't want to move it break even because 2 points on it is criminal. I mean, right now I'm risking 150. I'm going to leave it. But no, if we do end up getting a 5-minute failure to go higher, I can start to see this looking to pivot back lower. Love that, Victoria. Just passed my first eval on NQ. Let's go, Johnson. Put it at 410. Gaia. Where do you think my stop is, brother? Where do you think my stop is? She chilling at 410. You know what the problem is, though? 85% of the chat said we were bullish. So we might end up just, nuking right here and we'll never see a green candle again. Best prop firm for beginner. Sorry, I missed that, Jakester. Appreciate you replying, Johnson. I like Lucid Flex. I said bearish. You're in the minority, Rand, and you might be right, brother. But no, Lucid Flex is my favorite account out there. Other than that, it's going to be traded by Select. The main aspect difference there is just how many days it takes to pass the account. I moved both stops, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, we're chilling. I'm going to get rid of that trim, though. So I did get stopped there. If it holds, that's going to be unfortunate. But once we broke new highs, there's no reason for us to test this low. So I'm fine getting stopped. Only need 400 more to pass my eval. Kat, why don't you fucking get your lift in, brother? Get home and then trade. You got 22 hours to trade. One HP. I don't think I want to try that. If you ever make too much, just trade a lean hog contract quickly. The spread will lose you a couple bucks. That sounds miserable in general. I just think we need to do the opposite of what I think. 0 for 4. Gael, what's your next trade setup that you're looking at? Random question. What's the next setup that you're stalking right now? AXP, I would say it's probably, and I'm not even joking, I would say probably 80 to 85% of retail uses prop firms. At least anyone who's on like social media aspects. Now I know prop firm CEOs are worth 10 to 15 million bucks. Dude, it is a gold mine. It is a gold mine. I heard cattle futures were falling because of screw. Could be. Pretty soon I got to delete these trades because I'm going to have way too many on the chart. Yeah, XP. I mean, that's where the bigger prop firms really shine. Because I can tell you, it's probably hard to start a prop firm. I know you really don't need a lot of capital. All you really need is a social media following. But there's a lot of shady firms out there. That's why I've gotten the amount of DMs I've gotten from like Forex firms to promote them. And I immediately tell them no, because I'm not even touching that space. Last thing I will do is go into the unregulated space. And there's a lot of prop firms. When I had my own affiliates, I wouldn't even think to promote. We don't promote any of them on here anyway, but there's a lot that I wouldn't promote. I gotta leave for work at 5:30 a.m. I work in a steel mill. Fuck, that sounds brutal. That sounds hot. And not in a good way. So sometimes I try to wake up at 2:30 a.m. trade London session. London's really nice for moves. That London to like New York 4 a.m.-ish session is really nice. Damn it, Joe. Joe, take a quick breather. Don't chase too hard. Jacob, I don't trade them super aggressive for the most part. There are times where I do, but I usually trade evals similarly to the way I trade my funded accounts or self-funded. Sometimes I'll just use a little bit more risk. Now, there's the occasional day where I just say, you know what, fuck it. We're going to eat one. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In the end, though, I don't look at the risk to reward on the account for the most part. Yes, I take decent risk to reward trades. I look at the risk to reward of basically the cost benefit analysis on it. What am I spending versus what am I actually making? Mike, it's not really. Now, here's a good thesis about prop firms. And I'm obviously not, I'm not harping towards you, but I like the comment you made. Because you said, how do you even start a prop firm? It's legit rob Peter to pay Paul business. The entire stock market's a rob Peter to pay Paul business. The entire stock market is based off of the people who lose money in trading pay the people who make money. And that's how trading works. All the prop firms did was step in, throw people on paper accounts for the most part, and just be that middleman. So they're basically the market makers in this perspective, filling the orders. Except obviously they get larger fees on it. But the people who fail the accounts pay the people who pass and do well in the accounts. Same thing with the stock market. People who fail trades pay the people who do well trading. And that's just how it works. So that's my whole perspective on that one. Because I know a lot of people do have the perspective of, you're just using the money they get from people who fail at trading and they're like, predatory towards those people. I don't view it that way. I view it that they're doing the exact same thing the market does. They just built a business around it. Guile, did you get some random liquidity grab? Dude, oil 5-minute looks atrocious. There's gotta, the volume on this right now doesn't exist. We'll see what Asia does. For now, though, I'm definitely waiting for Asia Open to take anything else. Just because it's in 9 minutes. There's no point in jumping in before then. You trade gold, Tyler, sometimes. But it's rare for me to trade gold. New to the stream, Mastermind WAP. Looking forward to this, man. I saw how you went from Mastermind student to now streamer, which are ROI this year so far. I haven't done all my spreadsheeting yet. I'm not caught up to date. I've done 2 months of it, to be fully transparent. So I have to look at all my prop firm expenses, what I've gotten out of it, plus all the rest of my trading as well. So I truly don't have that exact number yet, but I plan to do that this weekend. But no, I can tell you I'm green. That's what I know. My bills are paid. I don't know, Guile. I don't know why you would be stopped out. But no, brother, appreciate you jumping in the mastermind and looking forward to see how you do. Nah, Kagir. I don't know. I'm probably botching that terribly, but brother, I get it. I get it. Wholeheartedly. Family and financial stability comes first, through and through. Trading is the dream that we all look for to get away from that, or to get away from the 9 to 5 aspect. But for me, it's just obviously you got to make sure everything's taken care of first. Yeah, Joe, no need to rush it at all. If you have 2 trading days left, are you on TPT, I'm guessing? Yeah, with the payout caps seem to make it a long-term model and moving you live before you reach the full payout of 5 payouts. There's no way they can sustain even if 1,000 people buy a $50 eval. Most evals are more expensive than that, but I mean, I don't fully know what you mean by the second half of that. But no, you have to think about the numbers, AXP. It's some stat that it's like sub 10% of people get funded. It's either sub 10% of people get funded or sub 10% of people even get a payout. So the numbers for them make sense wholeheartedly. And yeah, when you start looking at the actual business back end and thinking about it from a business perspective on prop firms, they're so interesting to look into. Polar Bear, if you're blowing 3 combines back-to-back days, definitely sized is what I would look at. Definitely size. Because you might be chasing that. And what happens is usually if you have that best month, you're kind of chasing that dopamine in the end. You may not think you are, but you could be. So it's something I might look into a little bit. And then potentially look at the size you're using. What I'll do at times, and you guys will fully see me do it if I like blow up at one point, is like, let's say I lose all funded accounts I have. I just have a dog shit few days and it's just downhill, you know? I will quite literally trade evals with 10 micros and I do not care because all it is just to get back on your feet and get grounded again. A lot of people will blow up and then try to pass as soon as possible to get back to the funded, to get to payout potential. No, get back on your feet, build the foundation again, and then go from there. When you're in a bad streak is the last time you should be sizing up. You should actually be sizing down. When you're on a heater is when you can start to look towards potentially sizing up. And I know a lot of people don't view it that way, but that's in theory how it should be. Too many people size up when they're losing. More money. If it happens, I'd love to see it. At this point, I would love to see a retest of honestly where my stop was. That 410 to 412. If we're going to go lower now, if we're going to get this hourly failure to go higher that sets up, I'm going to delete these trades personally, just because if I go to a different time frame, it fucks up my chart. Y'all already saw them, so. But I'm going to be watching on the 15 closes in 4 minutes, watching on the hourly closes. We might not get a retest because the hourly is a little failure to go higher, setting that potential lower high. If it does, we could look for the break of 400, maybe a retest of that. So my thesis would be break below 400-ish, maybe retest, consolidate between 400 and 395 for an entry. Or we look for a retest up around like 410, 412. Those would be the 2 theses I'd be interested in shorts. If we just rip through the lows, I may not be in, and it is what it is. You say that name right? That name's a lot easier to pronounce, brother. That is a lot fucking easier to pronounce. He's gold dumping. Got a little push. Even gold's getting 5-minute gaps. Is data's not tomorrow, right? Data's Wednesday. Oh, let me move Discord so y'all don't see stuff. Resources. Where's that at? Data's Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, by the way, we have some hot data this week. We have CPI Wednesday and PPI Thursday. And I believe FOMC is coming up as well in the near future. All right, so no matter what, I'm waiting 2.5 minutes for any trades. Don't care. We're waiting until Asia opens. See if we get that initial volatility spike. See if we can catch an entry off of that. I'm still open to either way because the market is fully range bound. The only thing I don't love is just the hourly structure at the moment, right? With that, if we close a more neutral doji, it can be an either way candle, but it's still ugly. Blink, I would feel like that number is way less because you said 7 of 10 people pass an eval in the first time. I would expect that to be way lower. Friday gonna go up. SpaceX IPOs Friday. Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. Friday is one of my worst. It's like one of my best and worst trading days. It's when I have a lot of my biggest days, but also where I lose the most out of anything. So we'll see what I do Friday. But no, I know the like 7% C1 payout, 3% C2 payout. I know that number's probably, 3% might be high because I think it's like sub 10% of the people who get one payout see a second one. To catch myself feeling invincible like I had one losing day in 2 weeks. Yeah, polarity. That's when you feel invincible as trading is when the inevitable is likely going to happen. I just feel a bit tilted. Polarity. Take a breather. If you need to, take half a day off. Remember, trading will always be here. You will miss moves, but if you're not watching the market, you won't miss any trades. It's like yesterday. ES and NQ ripped while I was kind of consolidating on oil and ended up getting stopped. I missed a move. Could it have been a trade? Yeah, but I wasn't actually watching to trade it, so I didn't miss a trade. Gold retest Friday low now. You looking at long AXP? Is that what you're watching on it? Someone did ask earlier, I forgot. I don't know why I just remembered it. I remembered it because it just happened. The 8 p.m. flash. I believe it is my computer going into night mode, because I have it set so like the blue light dims or whatever it is. I don't even know if that works, but I have it set for that and the colors change. But it's never done that except for when I was streaming. It happened over the weekend. So I'm wondering if my monitor is starting to go bad. Yeah, slightly toasted. It happened. Yeah, you're the one that asked earlier. I'm wondering if my center monitor is going bad because the entire thing flashes white really quick across the screen and then it goes back to normal. Excuse me, Ollie? All right, let me try to catch up on chat. No, Anth. You said, do you think trading will not be volatile tomorrow in New York because of the news Wednesday? No, trading will continue to be volatile. Just look at VIX. VIX is still up there. It did break below 19.5, so volatility can lower. The thing is, we're not going to go from moving hundreds of points in a given day to moving like 50 again, right? It's going to take a minute if NQ is ripping 400 points intraday within the first 2 hours to us getting back to lower volatility. VIX may drop, but you got to remember, we went from VIX 15 to VIX up around, 23, somewhere around there. So volatility is going to remain heightened for a little bit. If we do end up getting more buying pressure, it'll slowly dwindle. But there's a lot going on right now that I would anticipate it to not really go away. Friend of yours got SpaceX stock. Damn, he had a pre-IPO. SpaceX IPO gonna blow up like all the rockets. I think they only had one blow up, right? Because it was everyone else. Like there was the rocket that just went off that blew up. I know that. What up, Ron? How you doing? Are 25K evals worth it, or going directly to 50K is better in your opinion? That depends on the size you want to use. I used to use 25Ks a lot. I did, and it's just sizing in the end. 50Ks can be too aggressive for some people because you have to make $3,000. If you're targeting $100, $150 in profit per trade, that's not going to be that feasible to you in the end. That's going to take you months to pass calculating for your losing days as well. If you're trading smaller size, 25Ks are definitely worth it. They are. A lot of people just chase the bigger potential of a payout, which is why they go with the larger accounts. I still fully believe most people in trading use more size than they're comfortable trading. Yeah, Kyle, you're going to have that. If people are being aggressive, a lot of people will be aggressive on evals and then be aggressive on the fundeds. That's why I don't be aggressive on evals too often, because I don't want to be aggressive on the fundeds. Oh shit, we did get that 411 retest. All right, and that one might be a miss. That one might be on me. That might be a missed opportunity there. Oh well. Curious with the chat trades, can you ask them? Yeah, Ren. We'll do that. That's actually a good question. Y'all are only going to get one choice, so choose wisely. And I'm going to do the top tickers. I'm not going to do double for each. I'm just going to do the minis. I'm going to do ES, NQ, gold, oil. I feel like those are going to be the main ones. Most people aren't going to say they love oil the most, so we'll see. But there is a new poll in chat if y'all want to answer it. How do you miss a trade and then you're just super calm? Jacob, that comes with confidence knowing you can find trades. A lot of people I used to not be like that, right? And what it is you can have the exact perfect plan and you just don't execute upon it. You miss a move, you miss a trade, whatever it is. There will be more. I'm not just in trading for today. If this is the high and we just rip all the way down below new lows, like we go down to 370, will it suck a little bit? Yeah. But I'll find more trades. I'll find trades later in the overnight, maybe later in the session, tomorrow during New York, or tomorrow during Asia. There's opportunities every single day, and there's literally hundreds of trades you can take. So, and you're going to miss thousands of trades in your career. Thousands. And it's not even close. Not even a debate. Probably way more than that. But you're going to miss a massive amount of trades. It's just like taking a loss. It's a part of the job. It's something that's going to happen. I'm not perfect. I know that. So I know I'm going to miss trades. I know I'm going to poorly execute at times. And it just is what it is. And for me too, like, let's just say I am irritated I missed this trade. And then I enter here. If I enter here, my stop's got to be all the way up here the way I trade. Now, even just to the lows, the risk to reward's heavily skewed. And that might not even be 1-to-1. So now I'm taking a trade that's not as favorable. Can it still work out? Yeah, but it's not as favorable to me. So I'd rather wait. Because remember, we had a second thesis we could trade. If we start to build a consolidation between 400 and 395, there's a potential there as well. And if we do get a strong downtrend here, there will be more opportunities. Why do a lot of people not trade on the day before red folder news? Full honesty, they likely traded a day before red folder news at one point in their careers and saw it was just heavily consolidating and then panicked about it. What I do is look at the different time frames. I do my multi-time frame analysis that I always do. Does it look like this is a good opportunity to trade? If so, I'll trade it. I have no worries at all. I just won't trade through the red folder news, right? It's not like we're coming into the data. It's just I feel like a lot of people psych themselves out of trading. To me, it just fully depends on structure. If the structure's there for opportunity, I will trade. Don't get tilted before quad witching. You will 100% be too emotional to trade. Agreed, AXP. Yeah, I mean, we have, that's what, next week? Is next week quad witching? Yeah. Yes, it is. Typical risk on a 50K funded. In the beginning, I'm going to risk anywhere between $200 to $300 personally. Because I know as long as I'm managing my losses well, I should not lose 10 trades in a row. So I know I should be fine. Just passed my eval. Hell yeah, Daddy Gabe. Austin, what do you mean? What if you just set profit line? What you talking about? Unless you're in a conversation with someone in chat. I don't know what you mean by that, brother. Why not just set the profit line instead of setting both the profit line and stop line? On futures trades, I might be interpreting this wrong, but I use a hard stop no matter what on a futures trade. No matter what, I have a hard stop on the chart. To me, my stop loss is 20 times more important than my trim. Drastically more important. I would rather have a stop and just no profit target than have a profit target and no stop. Did anyone catch this trade that we talked about right off like that 410, 412 area? Someone tell me they caught it. I got short 411. Pray for me. Joe, you should be above profit target. You should be there. I'm in. Beautiful. How many people caught it? Could be on NQ as well. If you shorted, same thesis on NQ would be, like I talked about ES this low. NQ would be right here around like 430, 420-ish. On demo, hey, trade's a trade. As long as you're not out here flexing demo profits, a trade's a trade. Longs look fine to work, and we just didn't deliver. That's just statistics. Got to lose to win. Agreed. Yeah, I would take this trade again, wholeheartedly. Once we ended up getting this failure, that was clear as day. I talked about the potential if we spike high of day and push back lower to close the hourly, we have an hourly fail to go lower, and that doesn't look good. And that's not something I want to be long against. So I was in before that happened. But once it did happen, I immediately said, yeah, probably getting stopped. Short at NQ, beautiful moon, beautiful. Bought another account, caught that short against my bullish nuke bias. Patek, it's a valid thesis that Russia threatening to drop nukes is not bullish. I just got stopped on gold. Should have waited for this retest and charge it to the game. Gotta get my losses out. Waited for the... Yeah, I mean, gold's holding well a little bit. Oil's pulling back, which is interesting here. Because the indices could... ES could try to double bottom off this structure. It's not all the way at the lows. YM's more so at the lows. Now, what we need to pay attention to is 403.25. Why? Same thesis, we pay attention to it on the upside trade. If we get back above prior hourly low and get back towards the open, we have an hourly fail to go lower. We are likely in a fucking range at that point. Right now, we are in a range, though. We have not broken this support. We have not broken this resistance. So we'll see how it acts, but Patek, I love you, brother, but you can keep telling yourself that. 90% of the news follows the chart. It does. It does. Unless you were like in this and then we're looking to get out up here. But clear as day, we came up, hit this resistance right around that like 18 to 20 area, right around 70 to 80 on NQ, and then rejected, giving us that hourly fail to go higher. I feel like if you took a short up here, I wouldn't have any qualms about it, especially as we broke below the open. I wouldn't look at that trade and be like, yeah, no, that was a terrible decision at all. I think structure was definitely there for it. I was just playing the potential of if it did end up continuing and holding above that hourly. Joe, you only needed 60, but you were targeting 100. I mean, it's fair, and it can still play out. It's just, especially, I would just be cautious. I'm sure you're level-headed, but just be cautious. That way you're not chasing too hard with it. Steve, and that's where a lot of people will struggle. If you look at everything around the world, there's no reason oil should not be in the stratosphere right now. There's no reason the indices should not just be aggressively mantling. But the stock market obviously is proving it shouldn't be there, and that's what we need to pay attention to. Is there more buyers or sellers? Is what we pay attention to on a day-to-day basis. And that is all that matters in the end. Add YM. What you talking about, Poison? Add YM to the poll? Well, the poll's already... I'm going to leave it for now. Because most people are going to trade ES and NQ. If I put YM on there, it's going to be down there with oil at the 2% mark. How's Asian market doing? We are just range bound right now, 404. We are just range bound. We're trying to see if we can break these lows. We are in that little bit of a consolidation between 400 and 395, which could play out. I would like more than just a 5-minute candle personally. What I would want to see for shorts would be this 15 close, us not see an aggressive push yet. Give me 3 more candles and that's it. Give me 3 more 5-minute candles. Give me a 15-minute little consolidation here. Then we look to break the lows going into the end of the hourly. Why? Because that would give us the first 30 minutes of the hourly candle being more bearish. If we get that continuation, should continue for the next 30, in which then I would look to trade it. If it breaks now, I'll be missing. But if it breaks, I can't be mad because we talked about consolidation retest up here, and we talked about consolidation literally right between the area that it's happening right now. But that just kind of shows too, the more you understand how price moves, you can look at a chart and be like, this is where we should consolidate. And if it does, then you look for that potential there. Yeah, Adrian, just give me 1 candle there. Because what I'd be more so worried about, we have a lot of time left in the hourly. We can go spike this low in the next 5-10 minutes. But then it has a lot of potential to get bought back up. I would rather see us build a little bit of a ceiling around this 400 area on the 5. And then we break after we have that 15-minute for that little 3-bar play. I truly don't want to see us rip now, but if we do, so be it. Joe, I don't want you to do anything. Clips. I use Thinkorswim, but not for charting. I use it for options. Going to short gold at 4361 might get blasted. Good luck, AXP. Oh, if we get back up here. 361. Oh, that's the daily chart. Let me go to the 4-hour. Yeah, I see what you're looking at. But yeah, if I'm short, the last thing I want to see is a spike lower that gets bought up immediately. The 5-minute already did it below the prior candle low. Might not break this low. Because YM just double bottomed. RTY hit the low end here. We'll see. I'm being patient either way. Looking for a light little 10-hour. %, Steve. And that's the way to look at it. Because a lot of people will be like, did some news come out? And I'll say that at times. Because I know news can drive the market. But news truly doesn't matter the most, where it's our buyers or sellers in control. And that's what matters. Like if we get above 403, what does just this chart tell you? Because why am I saying 403? That's the prior hourly low. We know about it. We talked about it, right? If we get back above 403s, Buyers are going to start taking control because when we broke this hourly low, there is no reason in hell if sellers are in control that we should get back above that. So if we get back above 403, I lose interest in shorts, at least for the short term. For the short term, right? And then we'll see how we react off of that. Today could wholeheartedly just be range trading, but I would love to see how if we can keep this 15 down in this area. Keep a tight 15-minute candle for the next 11 minutes and then go off of that. That's the only way I'm even a profit on gold is 10-hour trades. HB, that's probably true because you're going to trade gold and you're going to get stabbed out probably at least 4 times. And then you go from there. Johnny, where's the VWAP at? Actually, I could throw it on. I don't know why they have all these extra lines on it. There's no reason for it. No, that's the EMAs. No reason for all this extra stuff. Give me one line. Said hourly. My VWAP might be wrong. Oh, unless you're saying break above it, then I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I don't trade VWAP a lot. Steve, that's why I do it. Even if I get stopped out on a trade I took, it's a part of trading. I'm mainly here to just provide value in the end, wholeheartedly. And that's what I love to do. And I know you've been on since deep in the Discord days, so I appreciate the support, brother. But no, the amount of DMs and stuff I get just from the psychology aspect of my streams alone is why I love to do it. That is my why of why I show up to stream at 7 p.m. and stream 4 hours some days. Thanks for posting that poll. Of course, Ron, of course. I knew that poll would be heavily NQ favorite because that is what a majority of people trade. Oil's weak. Kyle, if you're still in here, it's looking good that you got flattened. I don't know if it made you lose anything, but it's looking favorable, at least in that aspect. I don't know if I trust the push lower. I mean, we're getting the exact consolidation I want, but I don't know if I trust the break. What up, Tede? Ryan, what do you mean by ATR? You mean average true range? Because if so, I don't understand the correlation you're talking about between VIX and ATR. Yeah, Adrian, I can see the short definitely playing out. It's just interesting how well we're holding. We still have at least 9 minutes before I'm interested in a trade. I may miss it. If it happens, which this would be a crazy clip because before this even happened, we called this retest and we called this exact consolidation, 400 to 395. Picture perfect. I want 8 more minutes. I do. I don't know if we're going to get it. Just stopping in for a little bit after work. Appreciate you being here, brother. Ooh. Anyways, chat, we're at 93 likes. Only saying it to help you guys get a giveaway. We get up towards 150, you get a giveaway. Y'all choose when it happens. You know I usually do the giveaways anyway, but that'll be at the end of stream. That could be 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Who knows? You guys can decide if you like to stream. Also, the reason we say it is it helps grow the following, grow the support in general. You guys like to stream. It helps grow the reach. We appreciate it. Yeah, Joe, everything's definitely aligning. I want it to happen, not yet though, which might get me. What up, Kelp? How you doing? Also, dude, our cat fucked my shit up today. She is like, for some reason, dude, she is scared of any other human being in the house until she finally meets them. And we had our couch cleaned today. And the dude walked right in the door because we know him. And I had her in my hands and she hadn't had her claws clipped yet. Dude, she ripped my shit apart. My arm and my chest are just shredded. Which is another reason why dogs are way better. Oil's struggling. It's interesting. So the main reason that I didn't want to see us push lower sooner is because it opens up this potential for that failure on the 15. Right? I wanted a 15-minute inside bar so we could look for that break, and it would likely be more aggressive. I wasn't interested in the opportunity of this failing. Now that we're failing, I'm actually kind of interested in the potential of a pushback higher, which is delusional, I know. Absolutely delusional. I'm probably going to wait no matter what, though, just because 30-minute, we would need a 5-minute that pushes all the way back above 404, which 8 points isn't insane. But it'd be a play off the range hold. For now, though, I'm still waiting on that short, which needs 5 minutes. Got a big old dog. He'll play with any animal. Dude, dogs are the best. What type of cat? That one is a black cat. So, she's actually like very dark brown with black stripes, but you can only see that in the sunlight. Every other time, she technically just looks black. Might have to wait for some volatility in 30 minutes. Waiting for the Tokyo Open. I own a goose. XP. You know how, dude, I've thought about it. You know how sick that'd be to just have a little duck? Have that little thing flapping around the house chasing you. Just waiting for Mongolia. We all are, Joe. We all are. Being consistently prepared. Sorry, I'm just reading news real quick. Asian stocks rebound after Russian tension between Israel and Iran. This is going to be a little aggressive and it's going to be unconventional, but I'm going to, wait, let's see. 5-minute breaks above. I wholeheartedly might take a long stab. I'm going to take it. Worst case, I eat a stop and I'm like break even on the day. On this account, at least. I took it. It's against my initial strategy. 73, 98, 50. But that spike lower is making me think we potentially hold the lows, so I'm willing to take the risk. If we end up failing lower, getting the push, is what it is. I'm just watching the 15-minute with the fail to go lower aspect because we should have easily pushed lower on that 5-minute here. And with that failure, when what should happen doesn't, you start to anticipate the opposite. When this failure happened, I start to look at this as more of a possible double bottom versus an actual bear flag to the downside. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Well, But I'm also perfectly fine if I am wrong. XP, you took 20 scalps on NQ today? Holy shit. God damn, dude. You were scalping machine today. I did take this on that eval too. Yeah, Armani, I'm just getting it off the possible double bottom aspect on it. Hold to the support that we got in the 5-minute fail to go lower. If it fails, it fails, but trade I'm willing to take. And we'll see, Adrian. I'm not convinced yet unless we get a push back over like 403, 404. But I'm also playing off the oil right now as well. Oil is just getting aggressive selling while the indices are tapping into support. I think this could hold if it truly wants to. I think this candle right here flipped my thesis wholeheartedly. When this 5-minute broke lower, and you guys heard me say exactly why I wanted to wait for that 15. I did not want that break lower earlier if I was going to short. Yeah, both ways, long and short. Short than I saw. Both tap buyers at the highs and short at the lows. Beautiful AXP. What up, Tay? Mike, what do you mean you haven't won a ticket? Yeah, XP, I usually don't move stops by myself, but if I'll trail the stop within a position personally. Thoughts on SpaceX IPO? I think it'll be something really interesting to watch for sure. What up, IAG? I plan on fully watching it. I don't plan on doing anything around it. I'm going to be interested to see how Tesla reacts to it. See, I don't like how the 5-minute spiked above and is failing lower because now it's the opposite of this. So now it might be that potential short off the 30-minute. Might give out that 3-bar play. Initial thesis is probably right. Oh, well. Quick stop, though, which is good. I'll take that instead of sitting in a trade. Still technically in. Hasn't hit me yet, but it's close. How do we join the Discord? The link right below that Ali put in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. And then code STREAM at checkout should give you 50% off. Heard you guys give away Knicks tickets tonight. I don't know what kind of money you think I got, but no. Isn't it tomorrow? Tay, I heard it. Someone in chat said it's Friday. Interesting, Mike. That 2-minute candle off the open. Nasty little volatility. Did MNQ get volatile again? Nope, that's a normal candle. When is DGen hours? You're such a responsible trader. I just haven't wanted to DGen, dude. I haven't. There's times I will, but I just have not wanted to like full DGen during these sessions because we haven't gotten like volatile ass price action where it's worth it. Usually we're sitting in some type of range or consolidation for a few hours. Maybe a little bit of trend, but it's not enough trend to where I'm like, hell yeah, I desperately need to eat this, you know? RJ, what do you mean did I check the levels? Yeah, once we spike this 5-minute high, I mentioned this is likely going to do the exact same thing it started to do here and push back lower. At this point now, I would I'd be looking at it for potentially to continue. Wholeheartedly, Tay. I was playing off the potential with the double bottom aspect here with this 5-minute fail to go lower. I would take that trade again without a problem, personally. You're looking for your 5 million Shiba to do something? Damn, brother. Yeah, Tay, I'm fine with that. I mentioned the second this failure happened that I'm looking more so for that failure to go lower. Not even failure to go lower, but more so just the hold of the range. I didn't like how we spiked the lows here on this 15-minute and bought back higher. If this goes down to like 380s, then I would say, all right, I was wrong on it. But if we just sit here and we spike that low, then it is what it is. We'll see. RJ, what do you mean he goes through his levels on the previous stream? Oh, yeah. Mitch does all of his stuff. He does his pre-market and midday and post-market. Say, I don't have a lot right now, so there's nothing to really dive into on that for me personally. I'm more so at the moment swing trade shares, which just isn't the most beneficial. Hell yeah, Patak. Love it, brother. Gold's holding interestingly. Yeah, Tay, I just don't have a lot that I'm like, oh my God, I'm desperately buying it. I'm watching names for potential entries. That's the main thing I'm doing at the moment. But I also suck at long-term holding because I keep it in an account that I can watch. And then I just continuously, I trade it like a swing trade. Which I know I shouldn't do, but it's hard not to. Nah, Adrian, my brother got me Chipotle, so I have that waiting for after stream. So at the moment, no, I did not. Did he, Gael? So I was watching this video earlier that basically said the stock market won't go down ever again because it will crash every market because our debt interest is now greater than our GDP. I don't think our debt interest is greater than our GDP. I don't think that's true at all. I'll check though. Yeah, no, our GDP is $32.4 trillion. Our debt interest is nowhere near that. I think our debt interest is like 1.5 trillion. It's 1.04 trillion this year. Yeah, I know it's not that extreme, because if we had that much, but no, we're literally like one of our fastest growing allocations is our debt interest for the US. Total debt, however, is greater than GDP. That I believe. That I fully believe. Jake's in a suite watching the game. Beautiful. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people hopping off stream to watch that, which wouldn't shock me. You what, ready for my trading? AXP, I thought you were looking to get in at 60. Up here. Or did you get in a little earlier? Yeah, Tate, no reason to be sorry, brother. Whenever I hear something that I'm just like, that sounds off, I always check it. Tate, you can always send me stuff. I always try to get to my DMs. But no, so what was the full thing? Stock market won't go down ever again because it will crash every market. Our GDP interest is now. Yeah, the stock market will definitely go down again. Because, I mean, we've had massive quote unquote crashes like 4 times in my trading career already. And I've been trading for a little over 5 years. So it'll definitely go down. But 20-30% pullbacks aren't going to be anything crazy. Now, if the US stock market absolutely tanks, yeah, the entire global economy is going to be impacted a little bit by it. That's just how that works, though. If we tank, the dollar will be inflated heavily, and a lot of people's currency exchanges will obviously be impacted by that. That's fine, Gael. I'll wear the jersey proud. I'll probably get shit thrown at me, but I'll wear the jersey proud. By the way, I think there's still a chance that trade works. I may have just gotten in a little early. I put the stop where I wanted to put the stop. Might have been a little too tight, but I wasn't going to put a 10-point stop. I'm not diving back in, though. I'm going to let the chart do its thing. Let it play out. See how this 15 closes first? Because if this pushes lower, then obviously we have a 15-minute possible 3-bar play. The only thing is we are so far holding support once again. So we'll see what it does. Dedicate wish statement makes no sense. Oh, yeah, agreed. I mean, it'll definitely go down. It's not, but it's the largest portion of the budget now. You sure it's the largest portion of the budget? Because I think it's equal to our military spending. Because I think we just raised our military spending up to 1 trillion. So it's on par with that. But no, yeah, we are in a metric shitload of debt and pay an astronomical amount of money towards it. And it's only going up. Yeah, Blink, that could happen. Easily. It's kind of interesting. 74% of people trade NQ, at least on the poll. I didn't think it would be that heavily weighted. I figured there'd at least be a little more trading ES. Because to me, 18% of people trading ES just seems insane. But I guess a lot of people love the overall volatility of NQ and the larger possible returns. Pray for the Spurs. My kid's college depend on it. Would you bet on it? Oil is mantling, dude. My kid's college fund. Good luck, brother. Hey, if you think about it, either he pays for his own college or he goes to college for free. You know, it's like a win-win. AXP, I don't trade RTY a lot anymore, especially during the New York Open. Because there was one time when RTY was moving, like I'm talking, you could have a 2-point stop on it. At the Open, RTY skipped my stop and ran 22 points down and then completely reversed 45 to the upside. Since that day, I will not trade RTY through the New York Open ever. Oh, I've done, yeah, no, I used to trade RTY a lot. RTY will put you through hell. Full, wholehearted hell. This is going lower, Manuel. I don't know. I truly don't. I'm fully willing to take another stab long, to be honest. I mean, in the worst case, I take an actual loss on the day. AXP, we need 30 more likes and you can win your account. We're not patient people. I'm being one. If this 5-minute inside bars, I'll take it. Tell you, I'll probably watch off stream, just so I don't pull it up on stream. Because the only problem is then if I do that, then I have a bunch of people that'll DM me stuff and want me to watch it on stream. So I'm just trying to like avoid that before it gets crazy, you know? Dude, you guys are both. So what, we got Spurs Knicks tonight? You guys are, there's a lot of people going for the Spurs. At least that I'm seeing in chat. I like that shit every day for a month. Streambot picks everyone else but me. To be fair, there's a lot of people that Streambot doesn't pick. You just happen to be its least favorite. Knicks suck. Watch it won't submit my ticket out. I talk smack. It probably won't. Streambot has feelings too. Am I going to need to run a poll to see what the chat wants, Spurs or Knicks? Yeah, it's 100%. That's the main thing I'm just looking at. Because then someone could send me one and it's just like, oh, you watched his, but not mine. And there's just an issue I don't want to deal with. But no, 100% watch it after stream. When the AI bubble pops, Streambot going with everything else. No, Streambot's not an AI. At least I don't think. So we should be good. Put a poll up. See you later, guy out. Everyone that bet on the Spurs are getting IV crushed. We will get a bounce to MM and are going to want to pay out all the Knicks bets. All right, so 75% of people trade NQ. A little shocked, but also not shocked. There you go, chat. You can pick who you want for the poll. Have fun. Long oil, yeah, it's a nice candle if you caught it. Depending where you got in. Gold looks weak. She does. Your favorites, bro. It's only that is. Tay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Oh, AXP, wholeheartedly, brother. No, it's not when everyone who never trades is always betting on like stuff like that. It's when I realized how fucked the world is when I saw that there's people who bet money on how many cars pass a traffic light in a certain amount of time. That is when I knew we are in trouble as a society. When you're betting the amount of cars that go past the stoplight, brother, reel it in a little bit, please. You don't do that? No, I just stare at my house and look at the stop sign, see how many go up to it. It's usually 1 per hour. Oh, crypto, probably. There's Edge, bro. John, I would love to hear your Edge, brother. I would love to hear it. Son. Appreciate you, Tay. Find the light and everybody stall traffic. Dude, I guarantee you, if it actually is live, it is probably some random ass traffic light. XP, I feel like we have at least another day of sideways-ish range bound. Sideways-ish. Just going into the data. They're probably going to want to trade off the data. I would assume Wednesday, Thursday-ish. But we'll see. I am so eager to go like degen out. Not degen hours, but just take another long just cause. Because we're holding so far. I don't think it followed him well. I mean, not as wholeheartedly because the indices rallied overnight while oil saw a larger pull off. Pseudo, that's insider. Wait. Oh, with him stopping the light. Well, to be fair, Daddy Gabe, also, I fucking hate saying that, but to be fair, Polymart, like prediction markets, have come out and said they actually want insider trading. So that way they know the statistics are right. And that's when you know, unless you know the answer, you're kind of cooked. Like if there's people that genuinely know the answer to Polymarket, they want people to come in that are insiders and bet correctly, which is insane. Nice, John Doe. Oil with a little bit of a little aggressive squeeze here. Damn, it's in that tight of a range. That's only half a point. Gold's trying to go lower. She trying. Yeah, 100%, Gabe. 100%. John, the volatility is really nice right now. Mitch, that was the craziest thing for me. ES was sub 20%, which I think is wild, as it's the most liquid asset in the entire market. It just proves how many degens there are out there. Why is that doing that? Excuse me. Chat, you're 24 likes away from the 50K giveaway. So if you haven't done it, like the stream. We have oil back at the open. Yet another failure on the lows on the indices. Hell yeah, XP. Happy anniversary. Mitch, if you're still in here, it doesn't help that a mass majority of people, when they post trades, when they stream trades, it is mainly NQ. Like, there are very few people that actually trade ES live. Mitch. Yes. It also helps that, especially right now, if NQ moves 100 points is $2,000. Whereas if one ES moves, what would that equate? 20 points? I mean, you're still making $1,000, but it's not going to be as enthusiastic for a lot of people because NQ is going to move a lot easier. What is this song? It's a good summer jam. Hang on, I'm gonna go back real quick. I don't know if it'll show it. Was it this one? There you go, XP. It's an AI song. 100% Mitch. And it'll always be like that on ES. Wholeheartedly. It'll always be like that. Especially as people try to go from NQ to ES. But I've had a lot of people go and make that transition from NQ to ES and do exponentially better. I'm going to take one last trade. If I get stopped, I get stopped. I'm going to take one more stab here. I got in 95. I'm going to throw a stop at, what, 89? Yeah, I'll throw a stop at 89. Yeah, Mitch, I've been thinking about looking more into Gamma just to get a broader perspective on the back end. And I know you're probably tingling just hearing that, but it just interests me a lot because I'm thinking about rotating more so to just index-wise ES and oil. If I want to trade oil, but primarily ES. Obviously, if I see the crazy setup on YM daily, I'll take it, you know, is what it is. But I don't know, the Gamma it interests me a lot seeing the analytical back end aspect of it. That's what interests me. It's the same reason I got into Bookmap a while ago. But I feel like Gamma also tells you, a deeper story than Bookmap though. Because Bookmap will show you orders, but those orders a lot of times can pull away and you just gotta, it's like an at the time you kind of gotta view it. Where Gamma seems like it's set in stone pre-market, the way you look at it. And like those are your bigger targets. Where if you look at Bookmap, it's always rotating. Not yet, but there's potential you have. There's potential. I'm with you, let's ride stop loss, Poppy. While we're at it, chat, even if this trade loses, like the damn stream, 14 more likes and we'll do a giveaway. Ideally, we can do a giveaway while this is going on. Yeah. Ooh. It's so clean. We got our couch clean. We did our computer chairs too. That 5-year-old chair is brand new. Yeah, Mitch, I feel like when is always murky though. Like no matter what in the market, it's like this move can't happen. Like even the last trade I took, I don't know if you saw it. I looked at the potential of us holding down here. Based off of this 5-minute failure, looking for the potential of a double bottom. I did take a long stab here and I got stopped out. That whole trade thesis can still work, but my when might have just been wrong. And the when can get you obviously stopped out multiple times in the market. I feel like a lot of the market, like getting the overall technical analysis aspect is simple. It's just the when is when a lot of people can really get flipped. And this can still fail, right? If we continue to reject 400, it can still fail. But if we end up getting the 15-minute, which is more so what I was looking for, another 15-minute fail to go lower, it's the fourth one in a row. If the fourth 15-minute fail to go lower under low a day fails and stops me out, this stops me out. We're going to watch the little 2-minute. Mitch. You can type that, but I physically don't know if I can say that. Robert, a lot of it's multi-time frame analysis for the most part. It's either multi-time frame analysis or wider stops. Like a wider stop there essentially would have saved me if I wanted to risk, let's say, 8 points instead. I never would have got stopped out. A wider stop a lot of times can save it. Mike, I didn't even check my email. To be honest, I rarely check my... Dude, I have so many emails. I have so many emails that I'm just at the point where I just don't check them unless I see something crazy pop up. So you guys know how you can put little tabs on your phones and put like apps in them? My email tab. I have 25,852 unread emails. That's a number. That's a number right there. That's a fucking number. I don't know if I'm ever catching up on that one. I'm cooked. That's an NQ level. Honestly, that could be. You have Claude clean your inbox? What the hell? It has to be 0 every day. Nah, Mike. I have an old AOL email that I don't use. I used to use it for a lot of stuff I don't anymore. But now, because of that, I mean, my Gmail is bad as well. My Gmail is bad. My Gmail is 7,081. So, I mean, that's not great in itself. That's not good. No, Victoria, what I do is I get notifications on my phone. So like I see all the emails, but if it's not worth looking at it, I just move it. Mitch, your Discord total sent message is probably more than that by now. Especially now that you have your own channel. Micro, I mean, one day, what's going to happen is when it gets up there with NQ, I'm just going to use that as a level every day and just trade off of that. Why'd you take that trade? It matched my unread emails. So I full ported it. Honestly, Gabe, that's exactly how I'd probably answer it. Move it up, down, or sideways. We've had multiple, and why am I willing to take this long? I mean, I talked about it a little bit. Is it a counter trend? Yes. But we have failed to go lower 4 times now, and we've also spiked the recent lows. Every single time, all of these should have got continuation. At that point now, I'm starting to anticipate a potential hold. Worst case, lower up like potential is we stay within this range, which is why I'm targeting this 12 area. If we hold, go back up to like 412s, cool. Catch a little almost 3R to end the day. Green. Let runners do their thing and keep running if they do. Yeah, Robert, just below it. I front run a lot, so I'm looking at 412. I don't know if I set an OCO. No. Since I got stopped out on the last 2, I didn't set an OCO, so hang on, let me do that real quick. Where's my stop? 89. Oh wait, no, that's not OCO. Shit. Gold might actually feel me. Is gold ripping? It might feel you. Damn. XP, didn't you get in a little early on 1 at least? Or a little bit? Yeah, Gabe, I like it, but at the same time, I'm not aggressively sizing or anything just because we are heavily range bound at the moment, unlike the 5 and 15. We're stuck between this 400 and 395 area that we talked about earlier. Which I'm also glad I didn't short. Because someone said I remember earlier, someone said your initial thesis was correct. Technically at the moment it wasn't. We failed low a day. So right there, no matter what direction, if I took a trade, I would have been stopped out. No, I don't do that anymore with gold. It comes to me or I don't do it. See, you have a love-hate relationship with gold. I just have a hate relationship with gold. Me and gold just do not get along. What's gold 2-minute doing? Trying to see if it holds here on gold. Right on this 47 area. Are you in Microsoft? No, Gabe, I'm not. I don't have any Microsoft personally. I think at some point Microsoft would be a great buying opportunity. At that point, especially after last week's candle isn't fucking here yet, right? But no, I mean, I love Microsoft. The big thing is I talked about Microsoft for a while, and it's if you truly believe in this company, it was down like 50-something% off all-time highs. If you truly believe in the company longer term, no matter what, dips are going to be a good buying opportunity. So far we are, Edgar. So far we are going up. I also heard if we do the giveaways, it goes up faster. So we need 9 people like to stream. I'm even opening up the giveaway bot right now for you guys. Who did a 9-minute giveaway earlier? That is diabolical. 9 minutes is crazy. Interesting, AXP. 57.1 mil? God damn. That seems a little heavy. Especially that short term. 2 months out for that. Unless you're talking about like next year, 821. Yeah, be how I am for now. It's not going to be like the absolute strongest trade. It's something I'm willing to stab on. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I'm shocked that someone with that kind of money doesn't go longer dated though. Just because of how much it's pulled back. Because if it makes the move, you can capitalize on a really large move. Unless that's insider trading, then someone knows something, you know? Oh, AXP. That would not shock me in the slightest. I mean, I don't know about like GameStop type because it's already going to be, I think it's IPOing around like trillions already. So you would need an astronomical amount of money to hit that kind of thing. But no, I fully expect some crazy volatility on it. Yeah, Mitch, I think I said that like a month or so ago regarding SpaceX, where it's more so like I think a lot of people are going to chase it. Eventually, it will probably pull back, and a lot of people are going to be stuck buying the highs. XP, did you just say imagine a $1.8 trillion company moving 30% swings? Brother, do you know NVIDIA exists? Do you know this name's out here? Unless you mean in one day, which obviously is crazy. But fucking, there's 20. What's FAC? What the fuck? What is this? Cartisan Growth Corporation, the third. Well, what happened to the first two? The first two not too hot? This is fucking nuts. What's the market cap? Oh, it's a $400 million market cap. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's a penny stock. That's like a penny of the penny stocks. It's up 800% after hours. Oh, damn. Dude, I remember. Who remembers when SPACs were the move? Dude, that was when I first got into trading, and it was basically just a new SPAC comes out, you buy it. You long the hell out of it with dated contracts, and you make money. That was the good times where you could long or buy anything and you make money. And I still somehow lost money every time. How did the Spurs lose the first quarter? People in here were saying the Spurs were guaranteed to win, weren't you? What happened? Only I'm long right now is CRWV. That's been ripping. I watched that because of Steve. Well, it hasn't been ripping lately. It ripped before. I was talking. Last I looked at it was here, I think, but it ripped earlier in his days. Match, what you talking about? You trying to promote something? No, sir. Well, what's Helicity? I just haven't heard of it before. And I'm only asking if you're trying to promote because we get people, because I saw it was your first message in here. If Tesla sells off, the excuse will be investors flock to Elon's new baby and sell. No, AXP, it'll be the same thing as the Twitter stuff. They're gonna say, oh my God, Elon's attention's gonna be on SpaceX now that it IPO'd. His attention's been on it for years and Tesla's just fine. Mitch, what you talking about? Much. I just read that sentence and it hurt my brain. To be fully transparent, I read what you said and my brain cells were smoking. That's a lot more than I need in my trading. If it works for you though, good looks, brother. I'm asking Claude what he meant. Elon himself with the value of SpaceX shares would be a trillionaire. 100%, Rob. 1000%. And the craziest part, now this is what I love. Elon will be a trillionaire at some point. It is like hands down going to happen with the companies he's creating. There are going to be people out there freaking out that he's a trillionaire, when in reality, Elon has one, paid the largest tax bill in history, and two, does not give a shit that he's a trillionaire or not. If you actually listen to him talk at any point in time, the man does not care if he's a trillionaire. He truly doesn't. He just cares about making cool shit. What up, PT? Cam, you talking to me? Or are you talking to the guy in chat? Gold's fighting the open here. She fighting. 100% unorthodox. But also, what people like, Elon will have a shit ton of money. He'll have a shit ton of net worth, not a shit ton of liquid cash. But it's not like the man's like Bezos, where he's out here buying what, 400, 500 million dollar yachts. I think at one point Elon had like a 1,000 square foot house or something. Mac, I mean, yes. Would he have enough to solve homelessness? Yes. But so far there's no one that's proven that does the correct work to actually solve homelessness. Because I think it was I think California spent it was billions of dollars on homelessness last year. And we see how well that went. But I'm not going to dive too much into that stuff. $2.5 billion. Oh, Rob, 100% he would. Dude, that's the funniest part is Elon could care less about how much money he has. But dude, he wants as many children as humanly possible. That man wants an entire colony of children just himself. Kelp, so do I. Like the Boring Company that he created, the man literally created a company so that way he could sell people flamethrowers for fun. Just because he could, because he wanted to. Man's taking his family to Mars, they need a population. That population would be good for about 2 generations, then the genetics will start to get a little messed up if they're the only people on Mars. It'll be the new West Virginia. The children named E equals MC. Fair. All right, I slid stops up to break even for now. This is a trade I'm willing to take stops break even before a trim fills. See, chat, I wasn't wrong earlier. I was just early. Wait, Mitch, what did he do? What did Bezos do? I mean, you think that trip to Mars would cost? AXP, probably more than we could ever imagine. Probably also, how long did it take to get to Mars? Appreciate you, Gabe. He should shave his head and X's and dress up like a Halloween or Dr. Evil for Halloween. He is basically the real life Dr. Evil, except he's not like evil about it. Let's go, Robert. Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. Anywhere in this area between like 410, 412s, I like trims. But I have one set at 412. You guys will see the order size change. Also, quick question. Well, this is a trim for me, by the way. I'm not going full out before we get there. Do you guys prefer when the P&L's on the side, underneath my name or underneath my picture? Pass by $1. Hell yeah, Joe. Now we're going to be looking. Let's go that high right there. 24, 25. So I got to delete this SEO. I'm going to take stop up to 405. So my stop is trailed up to here now. Oh, Mitch, that's how much that movie cost? Goddamn. Mitch, don't worry. I already got stopped on a long once. What do you think of gold longs right now? If gold gets above the open, I like it. If gold can get back above the open, there's potential. Main thing for me would be the 4 hour right here, which closes in 35 minutes. So watch how that reacts and trade off of that. Doesn't hurt to get in early, but also at the same time, the thesis from here still played out. It's just I was early, right? Technically, I was wrong. Got stopped out of the trade. Should have had a wider stop in general. Maybe a little less size, a little wider stop to start out. It would have worked, but I'm okay taking that loss to catch this. So far, this trade is up about 3.8R. So not too shabby. What up, Jordan? I waited and waited and waited. Then I saw what you saw. I got up to view up. Happy you caught it, Joe. Happy you caught it. Oh, yeah, Joe, that's how it works, though. That's how it works. But a lot of people, what they do is they'll be that $1.50 away and they'll get to 60 and then they'll absolutely nuke it. Was that news or what was it? That was just, I think that was just, me filling orders. That's all. I don't see news. Nothing crazy. So what I say was there's more buyers than sellers. Also, China market, from what I saw, is doing well as well. I don't know if it actually is or not. Neither of these are updating. But no, my current stop is sitting at 405. So trailing about 8 points from where we currently are, about 13 from the highs. Adrian. Yeah, I sent the text over and then the orders got filled. See you, Joe. Beautiful. Jim, beautiful. Buy me a cup of Joe while you're there. Please, dude, get us all one. Get around for everybody. Dude, that's the kind of friendship I want. I don't want someone to buy me like a round of drinks. I want someone to buy me a coffee. Be like, yo, I got coffee today. I'd be like, dude, my man. 150 legs done. Horizons wants that giveaway. I'll run it, brother. Appreciate you letting me know. I've done it 8 to 10 times. I'd rather let a trade run over than end 2030 from Mike. I always do. I took this trade on that other eval and it passed. Mike, talk about letting a trade run over. I'm going to flip the P&L real quick and you guys will see it. I didn't realize I didn't have an order set and I had 3 fucking ES contracts on it. So I'm a little over the buffer on that one right there. So I'd say that one's safe and passed. It was down like 500 total, I think. AXP. Will you get filled and will it blast through your stop? The likely answer is possibly yeah. It's possibly yeah. The only reason I say, well, depending where your stop is, but I mean, this 4 hour for me is hard because if we close this 4 hour more aggressive and get a push off of that, I think we can see a bit of a rally into this sell off. We can't. I think gold's out of love for you today, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe StreamBot will love you today, though. Maybe StreamBot will love you. I think that will be a huge wick. Mitch, when's your B-Day week? XP, where's your stop? If you want to tell me, you don't have to. See you, Bish. Robert, a lot more to it. I initially took the first one off of this because we spiked that low and got back up. It's not necessarily the fail to go lower. It's the clear sign that bears just weren't taking over. You can only have so many tests before it starts to be more of a double bottom versus that fail to, or versus a bear flag. This, I understand why this didn't continue. This one should have started to get that continue. But when we spiked these session lows and got bought back up, that's when I'm like, all right, obviously sellers are not taking over here. There's a chance we end up holding, and I think the risk to reward is to the upside versus the downside. I also want to go back and stream and be like, hey, who was the guy that said my first trade thesis didn't work out? Because, bitch, it did. Just didn't work out at the right time. Wait, Mitch, yours is Sunday? Or Saturday? Yours is Saturday? Orthodox, a lot of people will. A lot of people will. It's just a part of it. Mitch, mine's Tuesday. So next week is a big week. Big week. Orthodox, I will say my stream is nowhere near as bad as Jake's, which I am so thankful for you guys about that. Even yesterday with Jake's viewers in here, it wasn't crazy. I think I took a loss yesterday and stream didn't even freak out, which is cool. But God forbid, Jake, the funny part is you could take a loss. Like I could take a loss. Stream would be like, yeah, it just didn't work out. Jake wins $20,000. Everyone's like, oh my God, sell. Oh my God, this is going to reverse. Get out immediately. They like panic on the winning trades, but you know, the losing ones, they're just like, Mitch, I'm not even joking. Yesterday when Jake was streaming, I banned 5 different people on his stream before my stream. And I didn't even have to think about banning anybody on mine. I sent like three or 5 people to the shadow realm on Jake's stream. I'm like, you guys are being annoying as hell. Because you can tell when they're like, there's a certain way people talk where I'm like, there's a chance if like trading doesn't go well, it'll cause like a little blow up. Not even blow up, but just like that person is going to get bitched out anyway. So I'm just getting rid of them. Might as well. Agreed, Mitch. Agreed. I'm sure like people in chat, I'm sure Alan has some bad ones on his stream now. Just because of the numbers he brings. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to happen because you guys have to remember the negative people are always going to be louder in the end. Like if I had one negative person on my stream, everybody would notice it. Everybody. And there's 180 people in here. If I had 177 positive people in here, you would notice that one way more than you'd notice the 177. And that's just how it goes. Alan had one last week. Yeah, I told Alan yesterday. that he has full perms to ban anyone he wants. I don't think he knew that. But yeah, he has full authority to get rid of anybody. And we do not care. We'll grow our hidden list. New people will keep showing up. We'll rotate. Anyways, for those of you trying to get out of here, I will run the giveaway. What you will need to do is I can't spell chat. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is type ! Enter in chat once the bot replies. But real quick, I'm going to catch up on the last 4 comments that just popped up. Yesterday on stream, 2 people had beef with each other in the comments going back and forth. Robert, did he nuke him at all? Or did he let him beef? Well, Mike, you just have to remember the kind of people they are. And I'll start this. That way you guys can start doing the giveaway since I put it up on stream. So that's my bad. If you already entered, enter again real quick. Just to make sure you get in. But you have to remember, like, the way I look at it is I usually don't get genuinely mad about people making shit comments. Because in reality, brother. Oh, wait. Hang on. Hell yeah, Cool J. Love to see that, brother. In reality, they just don't have a good life. And you just feel sorry for them at some point. They're miserable. I could never find myself being in just because I know he streams, like me hopping in J-Dun's stream and just going, oh my God, you should move your stop. Oh my God, this trade is never going to work. I can't imagine me ever even wanting to do that. So you just got to be miserable to put that on other people religiously, and be on their streams doing it too. Try. You've typed it wrong 4 times, brother. 4 times. I have hope in you, but it's ! I have hope you can do it. I do. Actually, you've typed it wrong 7 times. I'm rooting for you. There you go. You got it. Fredo, Ollie, where's he at? Where's our man? By the way, chat, you only need to type it once you get it correct. You're a good try. I watch the chat just because I know people do that. Like, people will mess up and they don't notice. But yeah, you guys only need to do it once you're in. Mitch, you better not enter because you have won one of my giveaways before, and I swear to God. Yeah, Ollie, I'm in here. Like, even people messing up in chat. I'm like, I believe in you. You can do it. First time here, it won't be the last. Just already subscribed. Cool J, my man. Appreciate you. Just so you guys know, for those that some people's brains aren't developed yet, people never know who's behind the screen. Agreed. Wholeheartedly agreed. Just so you know, I am just one person on this stream. There's 5 of us. Mr. Mitch is in chat. He's usually always in chat. He streams 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. So midday. But after me, we have the man, the myth, the legend, crushing the pre-London. Psychological guru, you know. He trades pre-London 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Then Jake, obviously the man who runs the show, right? The man behind all the giveaways. Usually 8 to 8:30 in the morning to about 11 to 12-ish, anywhere in there. Sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later is what it is. Then you have Mitch at noon, like I talked about. And then Lamelli 1:30 p.m. to like 3 p.m.-ish. 3:30 p.m.-ish. Appreciate you, Try. Yeah, so there's 5 of us. Reason is 365. We are planning to do it at least 365 days. We are on day 50 something, maybe 60. I don't know the days. There's a lot of days. Yeah, and that's just it. We're doing it for at minimum 365. The support's already there, right? I usually range anywhere between 200 to 300 viewers. Alan's up around 500. Jake's like 1,000. You know, the viewers are there, so I don't see us going anywhere. I don't see us going anywhere at all. I took this trade based on my new GC strat I told you about. AXP, I hope you top ticked. I hope you did. I hope you sniped the top. Let's go 409 with the stop. I'm going to squeeze it. I don't care. We squeezing her. Just because in theory, I don't want to blow that. 15. Yeah, we could use a 15-minute consolidation, but if it pulls back and stops me out, I'm out of the trade. I'll take it. GG's. So that stop would be roughly about 2.3R after we already took some off at 2.9-ish. At the highs, we hit 3.8, which isn't too shabby. Where's my target? Yeah, right here. Got it. 24.25. Nice profits. Thank you, Tribe. You guys currently have 25 seconds. So if you haven't entered, exclamation mark, enter in the chat. Get in. There's quite a few of you that actually haven't entered. There's actually over half of you that haven't entered, which is kind of crazy. I didn't use the big font though, so I could see how that might be missed. I didn't talk about it a lot. Talked about it in the beginning though. No, so I'll reopen it for a second just because not even joking, medium might be getting more people in here because I saw him mistype it. Since he tried, I'm reopening it. You don't have to re-enter if you already did. Medium, exclamation mark, type the word enter, and then push enter. So everyone who gets in, if one of you win, y'all better thank medium. Y'all better thank him. Great. Fuck you, Ollie. How about that? How about that, man? Manus, somehow you typed, are you trolling or did you just accidentally do that? Manus, you did it backwards. You did enter exclamation mark. Don't know how that got confusing, but put the exclamation mark in front of the word enter. And then you're good. I'm waiting until at least I see you do it. I have faith in you. You can do it. There we go. He's in. Armani, you're just trying to fuck with me. I know you are. You're just trying to. I'm going to give this 14 seconds. So when this says 4:30 on my stream, not on your stream, on my stream, which would be like 2-second difference, I'm ending it. Fuck all of you. Question mark enter. All right. It is closed. Some of y'all are going to be pissed. There's 20 more people got in because of Manus. I just want to put that out there. 20 more names got in because I noticed him type it wrong. Crazy. Crazy. Ash FX33. Are you here? Also, if you did not win, don't leave until he replies because we've had people not even be here once they enter for some reason. So Ash, are you here? A real mess. Yeah, to be fair, me reopening it kind of skewed those odds a little bit for the most part. Ash, shoot me a DM real quick on either Instagram or Discord. So the Instagram's right above your comment. So shoot me a DM there or on Discord. Letting me know that it's you. Confirm in chat. Let me know when you send it so I can make sure it's you. And especially doing this after yesterday because a lot of people have vastly different names than on YouTube. Some of them are shocking. I'm here too. Just my name looks different, but it's really Ash. I'm sure it is, Crypto. Rigged, but congratulations. AXP, maybe tomorrow's your day, brother. I'll see you then. I know you'll be back for that giveaway. Discord? Are you in? Yeah, Discord is wrong trades if you're doing it on Discord. Just make sure you send me, if you do it on Discord and you're not in Rake Trades, send me a friend request first. I'm only here for the giveaway. You too, AXP. How about that? That's it. AXP is going in a 1 week timeout, so you can't enter any giveaways. 1 week. Drifting that giveaway. AXP, I feel like you would win the giveaway and then just full port it for fun. You just be like, let's see what happens. See you, Crypto. One day I'm going to win that fund and get a payout for the gang. Dude, I love seeing people do that. I love seeing when people do well and actually get a payout. Are we rejecting here? Spike session high. I'm going to trail a little more aggressively. I'm moving trail up to 12. So no matter what, we get out where we got our trim. I'm cool with that. I'm cool. If we're at a point where stop loss is at first trim, that's not bad. It's not too shabby. I'll take that. And then Ash, just let me know when you send it, either on Instagram or Discord. I know you said Discord though. I'm going to give away to someone in the chat. Hell yeah, XP. $200 away from payout on my giveaway account. Fuck yeah, Armani. There's been a few people that have gotten payouts on the giveaway accounts. And your risk to reward on that is basically infinite because there's zero cost to you. All you got to do is watch the stream. Appreciate you, Trade Bob. Ash, did you send a message? Mainly just asking because I will be ending stream soon. And I want to make sure I get it from you. Never won, but I'm ready. Hell yeah, Cool J. Cool J, just so you know. And for anyone that's new. Let me get rid of this because I just saw someone try it. I usually give away one account per stream once we get like 150 likes ish. Alan, the 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Usually two giveaways, 1 to 2, somewhere in there, typically 2. Jake is anywhere from 1 to 10. Jake, he just because he's the man that he owns the accounts, you know, he owns the codes. If he's feeling generous, he eats them, you know, he gives them away to chat religiously, and we love it. And then Mitch and Lamelli both usually give away 1 as well. I trimmed 3 more. I'm gonna take 1 more off. I almost just sold 14 contracts. That would have sucked. So you guys can see I have 3 left. I'm gonna trail stop up to 15. So I'm sliding these up a little bit. Not too shabby, chat. Little 4.8R. Not too shabby. At this point, we're going to be fighting 26. We are. My next target's going to be like 35, 36. Is it? What's the 15 an hour really look like? 42? Anywhere between like 30 and 40 looks like a valid area for me. Completely valid. Now, if we do break over this resistance, we are back in the New York session. We are back above last night's resistance, and I think there's a lot of potential. So I'm going to try to let these run for the most part. I would love 40s. Would love. Anywhere between like 35 and 40-ish, I'm willing to trim. I'm leaning more so towards the 40 number, personally. This would be Dream World. Just a light 7.4 is all a man could ask for. Let me do another OCO real quick. I'm going to move that down to 39 though, not 39.5. So we'll see. You know what's crazy? I feel weird with this, but even though like we just caught 30 points on ES, which is technically equivalent to right now 150 points. No, probably like 110, 120 points on NQ. It's just like, to me, it's like, yeah, it's a nice trade. But I'd never say like, oh my God, crazy trade, stuff like that. Really good R to R, solid trade, solid continuation. The whole thesis was right. It took 1 stop to get there, but you know, I'll take 1 stop to make 5R on a trade. I won't complain about that. Right, guy, what do you mean hard to see my position size? Is it hard to see it under my name? I need to make that bigger? Chat, do I need to make the thingy below my name bigger? Sebastian, I'm mainly looking for 40. Like 39-ish, 40. Yes, kind of small. Is that better? Slightly cut off. Ah, because there's two names. Hang on. Dude, the hard part is it's such a small screen over here that I gotta like. Wait, let me turn my mouse sensitivity down. Oh. So it wasn't too small. It was just cut in half. You guys couldn't see shit. How about now? Is that better? You guys said it was too small. You just couldn't even see the fucking number. Perfect. Appreciate you guys for letting me know. Yeah, there's ever little things like that. If I'm not like actively stalking to get in a trade, feel free to let me know. Like if the music's too loud, stuff like that. Well, I don't know if I can make the music any quieter, to be honest. But just anything in general, feel free to let me know. Let's see if we can break 30. Yeah, XP, I feel like things can still drop, but it's gonna take time. What dollar amount do you risk on phone accounts? Robert, this account has been 2 to 3. The first trade I took, which was off stream, I risked like 200. I ended up making 325 because I accidentally traded ES instead of MES and I got out early. But usually I risk like 2 to 3-ish, 2 to 350-ish. How long does your stream go? Well, Ray, it is supposed to stop at... Well, not supposed to stop, but I usually end it at 9. Well, no, my time slot's 9. And then I go till I don't want to stream. I'm probably going to end soon, right around the 3-hour-ish mark, which I'm cool with. But my streams can go 3 hours. I've had 2 streams go 4 hours, which is crazy. Because I'm only slotted for 2, but it just be like that. Ash, I got your DM. I will send you the code after if you are still on stream. Once I end, I'll send it. Just budgeting my wife aggro. Not Ray, I'm just letting you know, brother. I know you're not complaining. Dude, I feel like that would be my favorite complaint. If someone got on and said, you stream too long. Manny, why I took this trade was when I was looking at more so, because initially my thought process was on this 15-minute with ES, I initially wanted a short there. If we stayed this 15 fully inside the prior 15-minute candle, we didn't. So I did take a stab long around here off of this 15-minute close, got stopped out. But that one was just early. What I started to look at is we spiked the prior candle's low here, held. Spiked here, held. Then we finally spiked low of day and held again. What we're essentially doing here is testing slightly lower to see how the buyers are reacting around these areas. We swept this low. This has every right out there. Breaking this low to mantle. Looking at the current market structure. Looking at this lower high, back off the open, going back into the lows. If we break low of day, this should straight sell off. Especially after 30 minutes of consolidation, right? Give me that new low, get that continuation. When we didn't, and also when I started to see oil being more aggressively bearish for the most part at the time, before this. But that's when I started to get interested in, all right, maybe this is actually going to be more so of a double bottom versus the actual broader hold. Which then in turn gave me, because I flipped through a lot of the charts without saying anything for a minute, gave me a 30-minute little fail to go lower. Hourly, not the most conventional, but remember what we talk about? When volatility is heightened, I pay more attention to supports. versus individual candles. So you just start looking at the overall charts in general. Look at the 4 hour here, big 4 hour failure to go lower, setting that potential higher low. If it sets the higher low, this chart targets 470s tomorrow, you know? So just a lot of, at that point, the risk reward to me was towards the upside fully. But there's just a lot of little finite things that were all aligned that made it worth it to me. What's the 15 look like? I might just go out. I might just go cash. Go cash at 22 from 95. Not a bad little trade. Not a bad little trade. What's gold looking like? Gold's failing a little bit. 5 minute, a little bit weaker. 30 hourly. I don't know. My gut's telling me to go flat, so I'm going to do it. And I'm cool with it. So you guys just saw me go flat there on the positions. So full out was here for me. So about 4.5 R. Had potential of up towards 5.5, which is beautiful trade. Beautiful. Can't complain. But you guys also just saw the execution. Like, and I'm not talking, like, I'm not gloating saying, oh my God, my execution was insane. I'm talking about risk aspects from there. I took 2 trades, was down 500 on the MES position here. Now we're up 740 off 1 trade, risking the exact same amount. Risk to reward is where you make your money. That's what I love to trade. But it's just a good example of, even if you lose twice in a session, even if you lose 3 times in a session, that's where it matters. Ron, I'm just talking solely on the MES position here, because that was all I've traded on stream. The ES one was pre-stream. Appreciate you, Alan. It's just knowing your parameters too, because for me, if I lost this trade, I would have been done for the day, wholeheartedly. I would have been like, all right, we're chalking it up, we're done, we're calling it. I like to see Monday's high taken on NQ before we sell off past Monday's lows, price ET. You don't see Monday's highs. Well, I mean, that's fair, but it's, I don't know. It doesn't have to. Right? It can easily. RTY is a little bit stronger daily consolidation aspect. Did we already hear this song? Oh, we're on. Oh, yeah, it's just playing through the songs. Never mind. I think we heard a different song. Turtle Soup on IQ. Technically, guys, we do have a 4-hour Turtle Soup going on. We do have a 4-hour Turtle Soup. Full fucking port right now. Not financial advice. Don't do it. It's a joke. Yeah, no, we can easily, if this 4-hour holds and we get above like 430s on ES, full honesty, 470 tomorrow wouldn't be crazy. We quite literally talked about the exact price action that happened yesterday into today, looking for that New York session-ish pullback. Now, especially looking at NQ, so hear me out. If you're looking at just this price action on NQ, would you be bullish or bearish? If you're just looking at those candles, pretend it's a 5-minute chart. What would you be looking for? I feel like a majority of people will be starting to lean towards, oh my God, especially if you know the system, potential 5-minute buy playing out, if it plays out. And that's kind of where my head paints right now. I'm ignoring this for the most part, which, isn't the smartest at times, but I'm focusing more so on the lower time frame action. Not even lower, but just more recent action. And I'm not saying full port this 4 hour, because we still are in a range, right? Even if I go to the hourly chart. Yes, strong ass hourly candle. But where are we? Zoom out a little bit. All we did from that entire trade we took is trade the support we drew out pre-market into the resistance, pre-market to the resistance we drew out. That was all that trade was. We traded our area we were watching to the area we were watching. If we break above this, I can see the continuation. If we reject this, we are still within last night's Asia range. And then tonight's Asia range. Then we continue to look at the range aspect. So how we react to this like 26 to 20-ish area, to me, that's going to determine a lot going forward. And it might not be the easiest price action, right? It might play around a little bit. We may reject off this. We could pull all the way back to here and then rally, which to me is why I wasn't willing to hold. Does the chart look like it can continue over hours? Yes. I don't want to sit in this for hours with three micros for the most part. It'd be great to catch 15 more points, but it's not needed. AXP. If you make a concept called duck soup, I will ride with it. I will ride with it all day. Yeah, 100%. Monday's highs can make sense. They can. Because same thesis looking at this. If you want to be overly bearish on this chart, what could make you more bearish is if we spike this high more bearish if we spike this high and fail. Because that'll just show buyers aren't strong enough to push back up here. It'd be the polar opposite of why we just took that long, you know? So yeah, and I would never say there's no way we can't go to Monday's highs. There's no way we can't go back and take out the lows. We can go wherever the hell the market wants to go. And that's how we need to be with trading. We're reactive, not predictive. We predict a little bit in our pre-market plan, but then we react when the price gets there. And that's what's important. I was 10 to close at the 10 open too. That's smart because you have the 4-hour close there. What up, Christian? How you doing? Duck on the hourly. AXP, I'll buy the course right now. I'm in. AXP, I know how we can make a shit ton of money. I got the whole thesis. We're gonna get a simplistic trading strategy. Name it all after like nostalgia cartoon characters. Every setup, every aspect is gonna be off nostalgia cartoon characters. Like, bro, did you see that Tasmanian devil that just popped off on the chart yesterday? We're gonna sell it. Millions of dollars. Millions. And all it is going to be is just higher lows and lower highs. Well, in hindsight of the overall direction, they keep moving. It was scaring me out. Each trade, overtraded, and took too many stabs. Right, guy. At that point, if you get to the point where you're worried about your position and trying to get out of them, there's two theses. Either get the hell away from the charts because there's no way you're going to be doing well that day. Your execution's not on point at the moment. It's likely not going to get better, you know? Or you cut your size immediately in half. Immediately. Quick scalp. Beautiful, Gabe. Beautiful. I'm 2 more 150 days away. Christian, take it slow, brother, but I hope you get it. Looking forward to hearing from you. I'm not going to say like Wednesday because I don't want you to rush it. I'm looking forward to hearing from you next Monday. Give it time. Give it time. Take a few extra days. With that though, chat, I think it's a solid spot to wrap her up. Full out of the trade. Did take two losses for 1 hour each and then caught a 4.5 R on the out. So solid day. I'll take it. Y'all saw the P&Ls all day. Can't complain. Gamble one of my fundeds thinking just let me get a big buffer. That was by the way. Hey, I'm Adrian. Had a great day earlier. Made 1,800. That's the best thing to do when you don't have consistency. You got to leave when gold crashes? Fuck yeah, AXP. Yeah, I mean, AXP, if gold gets back below the open, you're in. I would love, now AXP, hear me, I would love to see a spike above like 65 and then a failure. I don't want to wish that on you, but I'd love to see it first. That'd be like, hell yeah, short the hell out of this. Either way, though, if you're still trading the indices, what I'd be watching is this little support here, around 18 to 20-ish. Right? This was the resistance we talked about in the beginning, the kind of long we wanted off right here, which got stopped out. Kind of long we wanted off right here, which got stopped out. But if we get above 25, I would personally I'm looking towards that like 39, 40-ish, wholeheartedly. If we get above 40 at that point, I would have probably had one runner left. I would have been holding that shit for 70 just for the name of the game. Just for the love of it. Pershing bro, It was fun. A friend shared with me. Glad to be here. Appreciate you, Gabe. Glad you showed up, and appreciate your friend. That's how we grow. So with that though, I'm gonna call it a night. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Not a bad day. Alan is on 1 a.m. Eastern. So 3 hours, Mr. A Zhang is on stream. If you can, at least jump in and say hi. But y'all have a great rest of your night. I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, cool, Jay. We did. We gave it away. And I'm already DMing the winner. Get some rest. See you tomorrow. I'll try, but no promises.